So, hello, everyone, and welcome for another expert session number 70. This week, we are joined by Mateus Pedrali, and today we're gonna be talking about marketplaces. The second conversation we have around marketplaces. Everyone seems to be building a marketplace today, so it seems it's not just hype anymore. It's happening in Brazil and happening across also Latin America and other parts of the world. So just some data here that I find it interesting to share. Brazil's digital commerce market is projected to reach 147 billion USD by 2030. Over 85% of Brazilians shop via mobile. Pix is overtaking credit cards as the main online payment method, and marketplaces, they are no longer just for retail giants. Banks, telcos, airlines, supermarkets, all jumping in. But here's the thing, building a marketplace isn't a feature, it's a business model shift, and most companies aren't ready for what it really takes. So that's what we're going to cover today with Mateus Pedrali, CEO and co-founder of Omnik. Matheus is the CEO of founder of Omnical or Omnik, one of Brazil's leading marketplace infrastructure players. Omnik doesn't just sell tech; they help companies rethink how they operate, from back-end logistics to commercial architecture. They guide clients through full platform transformation. In just a few years, they become the trusted uh, partner for some of Brazil's biggest commerce names, and now they are entering new markets across Latam and beyond. So, Mateus, we always start our expert sessions with a controversial question. And the controversial question for you is, are companies building marketplaces because they see real value or just because they are scared of being left behind?
Amazing. So very nice to be here. Thank you again for the invitation. Honestly, both. Many saw how marketplace grew 10 times faster than retail in the last 5 years and felt the fear of missing out, the famous FOMO, FOMO. But the winners are the ones who genuinely believe in building ecosystems, not just reacting to competitors, but rethinking how they serve their customers. So in my mind, that's the objective answer for your question.
Very nice. We have a good clip to begin with. So let's talk about your founder's journey. Tell us a bit about the journey of Omnik and how did you land where you are today? What's the story?
Okay, so let me try to bring here a long story short. Basically, enterprise in Latin want to run marketplaces, but the tech and operation layer didn't exist locally. They were trying to patch solutions or build in house or something like that. So in Brazil specifically, we have this um, volatility on the insurance rates. So that's a problem here. And that's why we build Omnicate to solve this problem without this complexity and this intensive capital. Um, but uh, but I think that's and nothing was built for fiscal, logistical, and payments realities. So we're just trying to solve these problems here with our solution and our services aggregators. So that's basically how we decide to build MNK.
Mhm.
Um, and basically, I think I saw in I think 5 years from now when I found this company, this opportunity. Of course, we have the momentum in the market, so I think that we're living the best momentum of our market now because of everything that's happening around the world. So we have this geographical, the macroeconomical issues, I can tell. So these wars, these complexities, negotiations about, of course, everyone's here knows the rates that is going to be imposed for
Mhm.
between the countries. So United
Mhm.
States, China, and Brazil is the middle of this part. We have this globalization, so now it's crazy, but we are living this. So I can buy something in my computer here from São Paulo, capital, and it's going to be in my house in 5 days, 10 days, or something like that. It's crazy. So, and marketplace, this digital ecosystem makes a lot of sense in this footprint. And I think we are living what was my vision 5 years from now.
Very, very, very nice, Matheus. Matheus, just before we speak about the market trends and how do you see things evolving also with Omnik, I'm interested in understanding what's your story? How did you happen to be building Omnik? You guys also have a story with a larger company called F Câmara, which is a well-known tech transformation business in Brazil, also going international now. So what's the origin story there, if you could, please?
Sure, please. Actually, I'm an engineer. Always been in love with technology. So, and I always had this entrepreneurship in my in my intern. So always in beginning of my life. So when I was like 5 years, 7 years, so always trying to build something, to sell something to my friends, just something like that. And the things were moving to this entrepreneurship. So it's not my first company. In this again, long story short, I try to solve problems. So I think that I'm good on this. To see the market, to have an nutshell overview, very
Mhm.
objective overview, and to build something to solve the problem. And I think that's why that's how Omnik was founded, to
Mhm.
solve a specific problem, the omnichannel problem. And of course, I was with a lot of good people. So Fabio Câmara is one of the guys. So I think that's the main. My mentor here is one of my friends now, my partner. He's one of the investors from Omnik. We have another venture capital funds families. We have Gustavo Kirten as our partner. So maybe
Mhm.
uh, not all of you guys know Gustavo Kirten, but he's one of the biggest players, the Brazil biggest players from the history. And we have a lot of good people with good energy, trying to solve problems and building something nice together. So the great people with the good people with the great people.
Mhm.
Uh, so that's a long story short from my journey until here. Of course, I passed to some not just great moments. I always tell that because I think I like to be transparent. So the entrepreneurship is not easy,
Mhm.
but it's worth if you have the profile. So it's worth. And now I think that we are living my vision plus my dream. So my dream is
Mhm.
to build some global company, and it's happening.
Amazing. So, tell us. Let's talk about this as part of this journey. You guys seems to so our collaboration started last year. We were introduced. We met each other at that event in Barcelona. Badini was there as well, and it seems that from last year, you guys are ramping up. There's like lots of projects that you're delivering now. Like the same happens at Evolve. Things take time when you're working with larger clients and things like that. So I'm interested in the first enterprise clients, if you could just tell us a bit some of the challenges that you guys went about, from building the brand to now having to deliver some major projects which we're going to be talking about. But yeah, some of the challenges of building Omnik, if you could
Sure.
just
Yeah.
distill.
Sure. Uh, okay, trust me. Marketplace, trust payments, touch payments, actually
Mhm.
compliance and customer experience, all
Mhm.
sensitive areas. And we had to prove security, reliability, and scale before anyone would take a bet on us. So
Mhm.
I think, in a nutshell, and very objective, that was the main challenge here. I have to share with you guys that we have partners here that helped us. Fabio
Mhm.
Costa is one of them. But I think the biggest issue is to have all the this how can I say? So again, we are touching sensitive areas from huge companies, open
Hmm.
market companies. So it's very difficult to enter, but once
Hmm.
you enter, it's very easier to move forward.
Brilliant. All right, Matheus. So let's speak about marketplaces having such a strong moment in Latin America. What do you think that is happening? What's going on there?
I think in my mind, and we are seeing this on data. So we always
Mhm.
like to. I always like to see the data and how is it to moving towards. Um, but what I see is this globalization happening,
Mhm.
this taxes, this polarization of between the companies, between the countries. Actually, sorry, and this is happening in not just in Latin America, but across the world. But back into your question, we are seeing this in Latin America. We are seeing a lot of volatility on insurance rates. So that's for the retailers company. It's very dangerous. I think that's the main point that what we are seeing this uh, the companies changing their strategy from
Mhm.
e-commerce business or omnichannel business to real ecosystem
Mhm.
because as we told at beginning, as you said at the beginning of our call, at our conversation here, we have the numbers don't lie. So 91% actually, I'm going to Japan, Asia tomorrow,
Mhm.
and there, so 91% of the buyers are buying from marketplaces. So it's crazy. It's a
Mhm.
crazy number. So when I see 10 times faster than retail in the past 5 years, so it's growing a lot. 10 times faster is a lot. Um, that's happening here in Brazil, and this is happening because of the as I said, this globalization, this complexity happening, uh, and I think the omni-channel consumer is changing everything. So this digitalization is real happening, and the omni consumer wants to buy easier with a hyper context, with a hyper context, and all the facilities for them to have to buy easier. So I think
Mhm.
that's the footprint here in Latin America, and it's happening across the world.
Nice. Thanks. Thales, perhaps we can, so let me just introduce Thales. Thales is an Evolve member, a senior consultant. He's been implementing marketplaces. He's been on both sides. Today, working as a marketplace consultant, works with Miracle, works with Marketplacer, which is another platform, and has some really interesting clients. Not can I mention one of the clients? Thales, is that open or I cannot mention? Not sure.
Oh, yeah,
I see.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Converse is one of his clients, a major brand. Thales, Mateus mentioned some of the topics here and the market trends, at least what he's seeing in Latin America. You're based in Spain. I'm curious, from your perspective, do you see the same? Converse is based in the Netherlands. Why is it that they have a marketplace? What are you seeing there?
But actually, Converse is a seller into their
Perfect.
marketplaces,
Okay.
such
Mhm.
as Zalando, Labradoots, VP, and Labradoots, basically fashion marketplaces. But I have a question to Mateus regarding to the presence of the big marketplaces such as Amazon and Mercado Libre, for example. In your point of view, uh, is opportunity as well in Latin America, as Amazon is not so strong as Amazon is in US and also in Europe. Do you think that's is also a good opportunity for the retail to develop their own marketplace in Latin America? Because of course in Brazil they are growing a lot, and then and also have the presence of Mercado Libre, uh, but but Amazon is the mother of the marketplace in general in the world, especially here in the Europe and then in US. But without the competition, Amazon, for example, in Argentina, Chile, Colombia, and Peru. Do you think that is also a good opportunity for the retailers to start developing a marketplace? Because we have the example in Brazil that Amazon came up a bit late in the Brazilian market, and that's why they have been growing so fast in the last years.
Sure. I think answering your question, actually a very nice question. Digitalization accelerated post-pandemic, and companies need to grow levers. So, and marketplaces diversify revenue without heavy capex. So again, that's I think the main point here for the companies to shift their model to this digital ecosystem. And the customer behavior is shifting fast, very fast. They want hyper convenience, hyper context, and endless assortments. So that's why they are buying a lot from the marketplaces, the huge marketplaces, not just here in Brazil but around the world. And we have two kinds of marketplaces. So we have the general, the one that have this endless assortment with a lot of categories, as Amazon, Mercado Libre, and so on. And we have the niche marketplaces. And for the niche marketplaces that are building, that are still trying to maintain their brand, maintain their business, to maintain their growth, actually, not just in the digital market, but the physical one. So trying to reach their the best business for them to year by year, as I said, the consumer behavior is shifting fast, and the companies are trying to maintain this space with the clients, and that's why I see this opportunity. So I can tell here some examples from our clients. So we have PicPay. So PicPay is one of the biggest digital banks here in Brazil, and they are building their marketplace to have what we call here the principality. So just for you to have the numbers here in Brazil, we have for each citizen, we have 5 digital accounts open. So the banks and the digital accounts have this challenge to really have this client, and the marketplaces come to that. So I know the client, I know what they buy, I know their lifestyle, so I can offer them services or products or whatever. So that's for the financial markets. So here we have another client as agro company. So from the agro industry. So it's very interesting to see this happening, because from 5 years from now, so I think anyone here could say that. So we are building an agro marketplace to solve some issues from this chain of value. That is one of the biggest chain of value here in Brazil. So that's for the agro companies. So when we see the retailer companies, so we have our clients here, like not the biggest ones. We have some SMBs as well. There's the let's take, for example, one of my clients here. I'm a wine lover. They are a wine marketplace, and they 3 years from now, when we didn't know each other, they just sold wines, just bottle of wine, and now they're selling bottles of a glass of bottles. Actually, another items for the client to open their wine. So the context, it's very important that they are expanding the categories with us. So we're really building this marketplace ecosystem. And I think the list in my vision here, it's kind of bold, but we're trying to build what we call here the I can tell against Mercado Libre. So anti Mercado Libre. Why I'm
Mhm.
telling you that? Because what we have in Brazil is a very the sellers are having this dependency on Mercado Libre, and this is not healthy for their operations. So this actually, when we call when we talk about this SMB sellers, they are always looking forward to this complexity of working capital, and the taxes are going higher and higher. So I'm not sure if you understand, if it makes sense for
Mhm.
um,
It
this is
does.
a complexity, and I can be this alternative, so I can reach the same client with a lower price or a lower take rate, and it's going to be more healthy for the sellers. So that's my vision for the 5 years from now, and I think that's going to happen around the world. So that's
So
my
what do you I think that's a very interesting take of I mean thanks Thales for the question also. So what you're saying is if I understand it correctly, Mateus, you're helping companies build ecosystems through a marketplace, so they're a digital means, so I really buy the vision. I mean, think of Evolve. We are not a marketplace. Maybe one day we could become a marketplace of sorts, right? Today we are an ecosystem of people, but I think the idea is the same. Like, how do you become less of a hostage of major players out there and start building your ecosystem around your brand? But the question then is, what what myself as an owner, what type of mindset do I have, and what type of capabilities do I need to have in place also to make this happen? Because to make this vision come to fruition, because it's also not a maybe you have the brand there, and as a brand you have the brand equity and you're already known in the market, but even though that is probably very challenging also to make it happen. So in terms of making this happen, execution, right? So from going to, okay, I understand what the concept is of being a marketplace and owning my category, perhaps, then how challenging is that actually to make it happen? If I'm not a if I'm not a big brand like PicPay, for example, a big company.
perfect question. Actually, at the beginning, we are living, as you said, we are living the platform economy.
Hmm.
So I like to I like to share always two things. One of them is the virtual cycle. So
Hmm.
I think if you guys don't know the virtual cycle, so just ask to GPT or whatever. And the network effect. So I like very much,
Hmm.
and that's what I think is real happening in the market. I'm not sure what's going to happen for the next years. I have my vision, I have my thesis, but I'm sure on that now we are living this, and I'm very bullish that's going to grow faster for the next years. So answering your question, uh, think and tech alone, um, not solves. So basically, for the companies and the retailers to build their marketplace, you need process, governance, management in place. Also, onboarding too many sellers too fast without creation skills, experience. So when you build this ecosystem, you're going to enable another sellers and other companies to sell to your company, to your websites. So it's very dangerous if you don't have this process, the maturity, everything to make this happening in a
Hmm.
frictionless way, the most automated way, without a lot of manual process, and a lot of strategy. So again, we have some clients here that's not going to be a huge business. So the percentage of the revenue of the GMV, the gross merchandise volume that's going to transact in this player is something around 20%, 15% of the whole revenue of the business. Thinking on a retailer, for example. So we have this number, this like magical number, but some players not going to build like the 3P revenue is going to be bigger than the first P. So it's not going to happen. So that's why you have to see your strategy, your fit to the market, how you're going to grow. So your maturity. So a lot of business here in Brazil, actually around the world, fail in this strategy, in this marketplace strategy, the platform economy, because they don't have this the own assessment of the maturity of the business. So the business has to be what we call here actually McFading. We always use the McFading studies. I'm not sure if you guys know them. It's very huge consulting firm, and they have like 5 steps of the maturity of marketplaces businesses. I like a lot of these 5 steps. And why I like a lot of these 5 steps, because a lot of companies don't do their own assessment to evolve, taking the first point at the level of their company. So this kind of stuff, I think that is going to be a very dangerous for the companies that just, okay, let's build a marketplace, going to be easy. No, it's not going to be easy. We have, just for you to have in mind, more than 100,000 sellers here in our ecosystem, in our network seller. We have clients here with more than 10,000 of sellers, more than 50,000 of sellers. So just take in your mind the difficult to have the process, the governance, the payments, the split payments, everything is going to so it's not that easy. So my consulting time here is for you to, my tip actually. Think the strategy. So that's the main point.
So being the devil's advocate, when should I potentially consider creating a marketplace if I'm a brand and I'm looking at, because I see this is a strategic move, right? I don't want to become a hostage to Mercado Libre. Maybe I can have a few products there, let's say, or Amazon or whatnot. But when do you think when would you advise is potentially a good time for you to consider to have your own marketplace? Are there indicators? Do you have things there as such when you in your conversations with companies?
Yeah, we have a lot of KPIs that's very important for us to actually evaluate a business, evaluate the fit to build a marketplace. But I think the main point, the main answer for every company that are watching us here, that's going to watch us, talk to your clients. But generally, see what they want, see what they are doing, see what they are expecting of your, see everything. So ask them. So talk to your clients, and the answer is going to grow. They're going to come up. So for you to see, okay, so that's the moment for me to have more products, more SKUs, to real build this ecosystem, to shift my business to this omni-channel process. Again, talk to our clients, and the answers is going to come up. And we have here like some in our playbook, we have some, in a nutshell, big numbers, but it depends. So again, we see some small business here doing marketplaces, and it's going to be it's being healthy for them. So I think that we're learning a lot in our journey here. But the main point, the main answer for your question is talk to our client, and the answer is going to come up if you're ready, and if it makes sense for our company to build this enterprise ecosystem.
Brilliant. Thales, yeah.
Yeah, can I add comments? Because, for example, on Sprinter, Sprinter is like Centauros, for example, in Brazil. So one of the reasons why Sprinter decided to become a marketplace in Spain, Portugal, was because the wholesale team used to buy, for example, only 30% of the full catalog of the brands. For
Perfect.
example, they go to Nike, Adidas, and the buyers didn't have the budget to buy the whole product. So the marketplace was a good solution to have the whole assortment of the brands. I think that's another good point for a company to become a marketplace. It is the traffic, uh, the numbers of visitors in the website, and because in the marketplace you kind of need both sides, the clients, the customers, right, the final customers, uh, and also the sellers, right? So it's the but the customers is the higher you have, and then for sure you are missing some opportunities in case you're not a marketplace, because people are searching for some products that we don't have in your own catalog. And one manner to find it, for example, that you discovered at that time at Sprinter, was looking into what people search in your own website and they cannot find it. For example, if you, for example, sell, I don't know, books, for example, and then people search for, uh, uh, let's say, like a Kindle or a reader, and then you don't have this,
Perfect.
and then they search for it, and the bounce rate, it is very high, because people are not finding this product in your website, and consequently, the customer is gonna to seek this product in another, and then you miss a business, and then you miss a sales, uh, and also the chance as well for the customer come back and buy again in 3 4 months.
Perfect. Again, talk to your client.
Mhm.
But very nice points that you brought. But that's interesting. Just adding something to your say, what you said. Uh, Here in Brazil, we are experimenting some kind of different things. It's very nice to share with you guys that we have again this wine client. So it's one of my favorites actually. I can't tell that, but I'm wine lover. And it's very interesting that they don't have this a lot of traffic, a lot of they're very niche
Mhm.
uh, wine wine company, very niche, and they have their own clients and they have the but it's not like a huge traffic, and the marketplace makes a lot of sense because he is going to he is the main website for
Mhm.
the whole country
Mhm.
to buy wine. So and have this wine in 1 or 2 days in your house. So this don't depends on your where you are here in Brazil. Actually, Brazil is very huge geographically, and for me, it's very interesting because they don't fit this playbook model that we always see in the market from the past years. But again, so we are living something new. So a very fast shift of uh, way to buy. So
Mhm.
so I think that's the main point for these changes that are happening. And let's see. We are. I'm looking forward
Mhm.
to what we are seeing here in the next few years.
No, it's very interesting. I like both examples, like a marketplace from this niche perspective, because then he's becoming like the hub, right? The ecosystem, like the place where people say, okay, I think about wine, but I can also serve my customers with a wine, the cork opener, whatever you call, or an interesting bottle to pour the wine, and so you become eventually the place, the wine place. You already have a customer base, then you start developing good relationships with other suppliers, then of course you're going to make money there as well, right? By expanding your catalog. And so he's become that's what I'm understanding. And on the other hand, there's the other move where you probably have a large customer base if you're a bank, and then you want to create other sorts of maybe revenue streams and potentially, yeah. Which I mean, the wine company is also doing the same, but it's more like in a convenience manner, as I understand, right? So it's becoming more like a convenience spot, and the kind of like the queen of that category. Like he wants to be, or she wants to be remembered by being the wine spot. No.
Perfect. And I have a number here, so it's very nice to share with you. If you double, of course, this is a high level number, but if you double your catalog, you're going to bring 20% of new revenue to your business. So it's very interesting for the business to see, okay, that makes sense for me. It's going to be more revenue, maybe with low margins, but I don't have to handle. It's going to be always on success. I'm just going to pay if I sell something, you know. And I can use this cost of acquisition that's still there, and I can sell them more things that's going to be part of their basket.
I have a question. I have a follow-up question, Matheus, on that, because
Please.
do you see that there's pushback from, let's say, traditional maybe more old school thinking in the way of thinking marketing? So if I'm a niche company that sells, let's say, shirts, right? I have that in my family.
Okay.
Dress shirts. And like Tale said, I know that people are looking for maybe tech t-shirts, but I never offer that. The question I have more is like, do you see that maybe legacy teams or more traditional teams, they still they grapple, they battle with that idea of expanding the catalog? You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, I think it's changing. It's very interesting, and it's very dangerous if the business don't have this own assessment, because again, it's not for everyone. And when we see this traditional way to handle a business, it's not this easy. It's not the but we are living a real new consumer. So again, so talk to your consumer, your customer, and they are going to answer. The answer is going to come up if it makes sense for you to bring more catalog. If it makes sense for you to have this in your catalog. If it's going to make sense for you to have another revenue streams. So we have a lot of revenue streams here that's going to that can take in place. So we have clients here as Pet Love. Pet Love is one of the biggest pet companies, digital pet companies here in Brazil. And they are now just shifting their model to marketplace. Actually, they understood that this buy box challenge, buy box basically is the first product that's going to appear into your browse. So they was losing their battle because their A curve was selling in another places as Mercado Libre or whatever in lower prices because of a lot of issues in the industry and so on. But again, they understood what their client. They understood that they can offer this same product from a seller guy, making their business, their P&L more healthy, and bring this client. So I want this client. So bring this client and make this cross-selling or upselling or whatever, because they are very good on CRM. So I think you have to think your business to real make this assessment. But I can tell this platform again, this platform economy is happening.
Brilliant, Matheus. Let's talk about you're getting leads now, or from outside of Brazil. Perhaps if you could mention also if you see similarities, what are the differences? We'll speak about your expansion, but yeah, the conversations that you're having outside of Brazil, what they look like compared to what you have in Brazil.
Nice. This is very interesting and a challenge for us. Basically, when we talk about products, the core products remains consistent, operation excellence, compliance, scalability, and so on. But we have to localize integration like payments, tax models, and logistics. And what we are seeing, and actually is, I didn't mention that, but is part of my thesis, is that the companies that are building marketplace, for them, not all of them, I don't like this all of them, but all of the companies, it's not going to make sense for them to build their own platform, their own product. What we're talking here, so actually we validated this here in Brazil. We have Americanas as our client, one of the biggest marketplaces around the world. And we reduced their TCO, the total cost of ownership on their platform, in 50%. Think this in our P&L. We are doing the same, maybe better. Of course, there are some downsides on outsourcing our solution, but still 50%. So it's a lot of money, a lot of efficiency that you can bring making this outsourcing of your platform. And we are seeing a lot of another ones here. Actually, just think about PicPay, Bradesco, that our client is our clients here. So they have money, they have they have everything, the resources to make this happen internally. But again, they are understanding that doesn't make sense. So back to the basics, focus on your business and let the product guys, the technology guys handle the rest. So basically, is that what we are seeing, not just in Brazil, but around the world? A lot of companies, okay, it doesn't make sense for me to build my own, so let's make this outsourcing. And of course, we have the context. I'm going tomorrow to Asia. I'm going to visit some companies, some clients, and so on. So I'm going to understand more the business. I know that's very different from here. And again, we have the context. We have a lot of variables, the culture, and so on. But what we see is this happening around the world. This, and we have I can tell here a lot of use cases, a lot of marketplaces. Actually, we were just talking with marketplace in Oman. So is again this platform economy is happening, and we are ready.
Very cool. Thales, anything you would like to comment on what Matheus just mentioned? You have an experience there, working outside, seeing what things are happening in Europe as well.
I think that's for Latin. I think it's a good opportunity in general. I think that's if you see in the past, Vetex also did this path some years ago on Latin. I think that we in Brazil we have a very good tools and very good solutions that we can sell, grow your neighbors countries, and also in Europe. And then I also agree with Matheus that it's very expensive for a company to build one solution such as Omnik internally. A part of being expensive, it's not the core business, right? The core business it is to sell. So I think that's a good moment.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And just adding something to your very nice comment. What we see here is again, we have the context, and emerging markets like Brazil, like Latin America, and a lot of other parts of the world. So this issue is bigger because you have the volatility on the financial market and so on. So that's, I think, another point for every company have in mind. and be very up to date.
Brilliant. Let's we're heading to the end. Perhaps Gustavo, if you'd like to join us for a few questions. We also have people watching this live on LinkedIn. I'm not sure if there are questions. I'll have a look soon. But if you're on LinkedIn watching us live, you're most welcome to shoot your questions. I'll make sure we're gonna read it, or I can talk to Mateus afterwards, and we'll make sure to answer them. But Mateus, just talking about future outlook, what does the next generation of uh, Latin American marketplaces look like, in your opinion?
Okay, very nice question. For me, they will be ecosystem platforms. Again, the platform economy, not just sales channels with services, data products, and communities built in. Think beyond selling goods. So think financial services, logistics, and embedded experiences. So for me, it's going to be ecosystem, not just platforms or whatever.
Very cool. Go ahead, Gustavo.
Great. So I think it's been a great conversation, but I think you've touched a bit around that. But I'd like to ask, what's well, if a player, if a big seller has say, okay, so let me see if I can have some more partner sellers that are looking for that they have products that complement my offer, let's say. But what do you say it's the weight when they have to wait? So in terms of the percentage of their own products and the seller's products. And what I mean is, if you're a brand, if you're not a marketplace first brand, yeah. So like as you said, Americanas or these others. But if you're a player and you see, okay, there's a possibility. So what do you see? Do you have any type of data of experience or on how they can wait? So how much the percentage of the product, their own products, how much, and the percentage of the seller's products.
Okay. If understood, please correct me if I'm wrong here. But you're saying my vision, how I see there's small businesses or sellers that want to shift their business to a real first, not a first marketplace, but a marketplace. So in my mind,
Mhm.
what I see is again, talk to your customer, and the answer is going to come up if it makes sense for you to build this model. And we have this high level numbers. Again, when you double your SKUs, you're going to have 20% of more revenue just out of the box. So it's very interesting. So, but not for everyone. And we can take a look in small businesses. Again, the wine clients from my company here, they're very small, but they just more than double their businesses in SKUs. Now they're seeing like 30-40%. Again, another different a different guy here, but they're seeing 30-40% of new revenue coming from these sellers. And I think that's the main point. So look to your client, talk to our client. The answer is going to come up, and the numbers, of course, is going to change because of the context, because of a lot of other variables that are taking place. But I think that's my point of view here.
Great. And yes, another question is that, as you mentioned, so in Latam, talking specifically, we have Mercado Libre that is like they have basically the major part of the market, and you have the other big competitors of them, so like Amazon and Temu and Shine and these other Chinese marketplaces coming. And how do you see what are the most the major challenges that a player will have or may have when he wants to enter this marketplace, uh, when they want to become a marketplace, and also because besides that, and what are some good learnings that you have? So what are their advantages when they want to enter? So one challenge that they have and one advantage that they have when you want
Okay,
to do
amazing.
your own.
So I think the first point, the main challenges is the resources, because this huge marketplaces, the China marketplaces that are taking place here in Brazil, Mercado Libre, and the China ones or Americanas or whatever, they have a lot of resources, and this battle is going to be unfair. So you can't just go straight to this battle. You need to look the alternatives, look to your business, look to your client, what they want, and so on. So I think that's the main challenge, the resources. And I think the main advantage is the brand. So the brand can bring experience. So if you look to your client, look what they want, how they want to buy, what they want to buy, so you can bring this experience for them. So clients can be loyal to your brand, but you need to bring value. So you need to think, how can I bring value to them? Why this client is not going to buy from this huge platform, is going to buy from me? So you have to answer these questions and bring value to your clients.
Mhm.
But that's, I think,
Great.
an advantage, because the brands have their own have this loyalty, So
Yeah.
the persons like to buy from this brand, but you have to bring
Mhm.
experience, because if you're just going to fight this battle with price or whatever, so you're going to lose.
Yeah. Great. Great. Yes, that was it for now. I don't know, Carlos, if you have some more
Brilliant. No,
questions.
we have to wrap up. My only final question,
Yeah.
Mateus, is if you were advising a retailer with a large customer base today, where would you tell them to start?
I think, again, in my mind is talk to your customer, start with data, understand really what our customer or our customers actually are already buying elsewhere. So, and why they are not buying here, if it's the same category or whatever. Then launch a curated marketplace pilot in that vertical, build trust, prove the model, and scale from there. So, in a nutshell, that's my advice. Start with data, and then launch an MVP, or just to prove the model to internally to your company, to the investors. As you said, the traditional guy is going to be like less bullish, but prove the
Mhm.
model and screen from them.
Brilliant. All right. So that was Mateus today. Mateus, thanks very much. It was a very, very enlightening, very good session. If anyone wants to know more about you and Mark and Omnik, what's the best way, please? Yeah.
Okay, so
You
for me, just thank you again for it's for me, it's a very pleasure to be here with all these experts. Thank you again for the invitation, Gustavo, Carlos. Thank you, Thales, for being here with us. Thank you for the questions, guys, and let's think marketplaces.
Perfect. And is LinkedIn a good way to find you? Because we're going to broadcast this on LinkedIn as well. Mateus Pedrali, Omnik.
Yeah. Just
Perfect.
find me
Okay.
there, and Mateus Pedrali Omnik, and please feel free to ask me questions, and let's get together, connect, and evolve.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks very much, everyone. I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.